Welcome to Create Your Own Economy podcast, the weekly podcast that equips you with the know-hows, the strategies, tools, and resources to create your own economy, grow your business, and live the life you desire. If you have not done so, hit the subscribe button so you will never miss an episode. Hello and welcome to today's episode. I am your host, Bunmi Ajibade. And in today's episode, I want us to look into this famous saying, and this is it. Experience is the best teacher. I know you have heard that several times. And I want us to ask ourselves this question. If experience is the best teacher, why do we make the same mistakes over and over again? Why are we making the same mistakes if experience is the best teacher? So we're going to talk about how to create a path of learning from the mistakes that we make and grow from it. You know, when we learn theoretically, whether we learn from a book, whether we learn from a teacher in a classroom, those lessons can be ideas, or those lessons can actually be the personal experiences of the teachers, what they went through. And those things that the teachers don't really translate into actions on our end because we have not experienced it firsthand. And because we didn't experience it firsthand, it's difficult to take action. So the question is, why do we make the same mistakes over and over and over again? Let's look at 4 of the reasons. The first one, we have not learned anything from the experience or from the mistake. We didn't learn anything from the experience, which is supposed to be the best teacher. We just went through the situation, but we're still confused. And I know we will have those of us that went to school and were in classes, which is every one of us. You know that there's some classes you sit in and you learn nothing. It's either you tune yourself off from the teacher or you are just confused. Many of us were confused when we were doing geometry or physics or chemistry, or in my case, history. I could do any math anytime, but when it came to history, I just get confused. So, number 1, as I said, we didn't learn anything. Then number 2, most of us deflect what caused that experience. We deflect the mistake to someone else. We deflect the experience, we deflect the problem to someone else's mistake or as someone else's mistake. It wasn't me. This person did it. I didn't do it. I didn't cause it. This person did. And when we do such thing, we remove ourselves from any learning that experience might bring. Then number 3, there are times we go through a class and we struggle in applying the content. And I don't know about you, some time ago, I have changed and I intentionally do something different. Before, whether it had happened to you when you attend a seminar and you get home, you just take all the materials, you dump them on your shelves, and that is it. You just move on from there. And at times, when you do that, everything you have learned, you are not able to apply. So when we go through experiences in life and we just pack them in in a parking lot or we put them in the shelf, then we are not learning anything. What I do now when I attend any seminar or any training, before I go, at times I put on my calendar when I'm going to go through the material again, because if I don't, I will just put it in the parking lot or just put it on my shelf and nothing will happen. Then number 4, at times we make attempts to understand what the life situation has taught us. But you know what? We still make the mistake again. We try so hard. It's just like you are in school and then you fail the class and you take it again and you failed again. At that point, you know what we do? They send you to tutoring. You take lessons, maybe at the end of the class, or they give you a teacher that can help you go through it, that help you to figure it out. Because there are some times when we decide to work on it ourselves and we decide to figure it out, we spend so much time trying to figure it out that we're discouraged. And it's like we just abandon the learning and then we move on. And you know what happens? We go through that mistake again. The 4 reasons why we make those mistakes again. Let me go through it again. We have not learned anything. Most of us deflect the learning. Then there are times we go through struggle with it. We are not able to apply the content, or we just make attempt to understand, but we don't. And then we abandon the learning. Now, let's look at 5 steps that we accelerate our learning from the experiences. What are the things that we accelerate our learning from the experiences so that we can really grow from the experiences we go through? Number 1, honest self-reflection. Honest self-reflection. And this does not include you beating yourself down. I cannot believe that you did this. I cannot believe that you didn't learn this. No, this is where you say, you know what? What is going on? I'm not going to beat myself up. I'm not going to pass the blame to someone else, but I want to understand what is going on so that I can learn. And I suggest you start asking yourself questions that start with how, who, where, and what. Example, how did I get here? Apart from me, who else is involved in this situation? Then you can ask, where in the process did I miss the flow? Where did I miss it in the process? I'm sure you have a process for your life, for your business. Where did I miss it? And then you can also ask, what do I need to do to correct it? What should I do to correct it? And there are some times also you ask yourself, how will I prevent this from happening again? Very, very important. Honest self-reflection, number 1. Then number 2, you need another person's perspective. Maybe somebody that can help you through. It can be a mentor. It can be somebody in the same industry, or somebody who is not connected with your industry or with the situation at all. You need somebody else's perspective. Then number 3 is very important, that in this time when you are trying to figure out what the learning is, that you elevate your thinking, that you renew your mindset, that you have what we call a change in perspective. a change in perspective. And I love this quote from Albert Einstein. He said, we can't solve problems using the same kind of thinking that created them. We cannot solve problems with the same kind of thinking that created them. So you need an elevated thinking. You need to help yourself with a new mindset. A mindset that says, I know I messed up here. This is where I'm supposed to go. Where am I? What is holding me back? Why am I going back to the same mistake? Really, really changing your perspective, changing your thinking. Then number 4, be ready to take action. And you know, the actions that will really help your learning, those actions might be uncomfortable. When you are thinking of who and what you need to move around, who do you need to remove? What do you need to remove? What changes do you need to make that might involve somebody else, that might involve things that you believe in? This is your baby. You love it. Yeah, it's your idea. And it's like, yeah, it's your idea, but you need to move something around and take action, which might be uncomfortable. And this is where your leadership skills will come in if you have to move some people around or if you have to let some people go. At times, it might even need you to fire yourself for the weekend so that when you come back on Monday, you are coming with a new perspective, a new point of view. Then number 5, which is really very important. One of the reasons we don't learn is when we don't apply humility. So number 5, be humble. Humility is really important in the process of identifying why you are making the same mistakes all over and over again, and why you need to grow out of that mistake. Not that you're not going to make another one, but you will grow from this one. And your growth is in the process. The process you go through, that is what gives you that growth. Be humble in the process. Be open to learning new things. I tell you that you will need to learn new things, even about yourself, about your strength. And whatever is giving you that struggle, whatever you are struggling with, ask yourself, does this fall within my area of strength, or do I need to source it out to somebody else? Remember, you cannot be good at everything. It's not possible that we are good at everything. So if you need to employ somebody else whose strength it is to give you the win that you are looking for, that is what you have to do. Be humble. It's okay that you don't know everything. Operate in your gifting. You are gifted in some things that other people are not, and some people are gifted in things that you are not. Be humble. Now, let's look at the 5 steps again, because in business, you are going to learn some things and grow. In life, you will learn some things and grow. But what are some things that you need to learn while you grow? What are some steps that you need to take so that you can learn from the mistakes you make and you don't repeat that mistakes again? Remember, number 1, honest self-reflection. Number 2, get another person's perspective. Very, very important. Number 3, elevate your thinking. Number 4, take action even when it is not comfortable. Then number 5, be humble in the process. When you are doing that, be humble in the process. So your experience will build confidence in your abilities and in your skills. And those are what you need to live a successful life, to have a successful business. And I will also say this: reflecting experience is the best teacher. Not just experience like that, but experience that you have reflected on and you have taken action to move away from. That is what will be your best teacher, because you are able to intentionally apply your learnings towards your growth. So as I round up, I just want to ask you, do you really want to learn more about how you can grow yourself and your business? Go ahead and book a discovery call with me today. You can go to my website, www.clarole.com, CLAROLEGR.com, and book a discovery call with me today. My name is Bunmi Ajibade, and I'm here to serve you. I hope you enjoyed this episode. The best gift you can give me is by sharing this podcast with your friends, your family, and reviewing it, which will help this podcast to grow organically. If you want to create your own economy and live the life that you deserve, join my next workshop or schedule time with me. My purpose may as well be to help you on your journey. Visit clarolgr.com/workshop. See you again next week.